halves?
Well, I think that the first one, the French one, that was the
Yeah.
first match, wasn't it, that we played?
Yeah.
And it just felt like we hadn't. It took us a while to sort of find our footballing feet, if you like.
Right.
I don't really think it was complacency that we thought, well, we only got to turn up to win. I don't think it was that. We've got
Mm.
some very good individual players, possibly the best individual players in the tournament right from the start. I think there's a real possibility that that's the case. But with France, we didn't play together. It was like we hadn't really gelled in the training beforehand. And sometimes that happens, doesn't it? In all
Yeah.
walks
Of
of life,
course. Yeah.
you don't suddenly turn up for an event and be
Mm.
at your best. You know, it doesn't work always like that. Not just in sport, but in other things too.
Yeah.
So I think that the French game was slightly different. As you say, we conceded those goals and we lost the game.
Yeah.
The Then the Swedish one, as I've said, on balance, you could argue we were slightly fortunate to win in the end.
Yeah.
But what that did come out of that game, and again last night, was perseverance. If you never give up, you don't know how to give up, then
Yeah.
you've always got a chance.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I conceding the goals at first. I'll be honest.
Right.
In the first game, I didn't think Jess Carter was best suited on the left wing, or the left wing back. I know she's played there before. That tended to be her position in the past. And let me say, she's a good footballer. She is excellent.
Yeah.
She wouldn't play for. She's at Chelsea still, I think. But anyway, she's very good, and she's been an international for quite a long time. But I felt that position. I think at half time, I felt she should have changed Jess and brought on, I think, Charles. You know, I forget her first name. Very good player as well.
Yeah.
But I think she eventually did bring Charles on later in the game. But for the next game, interestingly, Serena put Jess as a central defender alongside Leah Williamson, which I thought was an interesting move. And then on the left, she put, I think she put Nina Charles on the left. But no, it wasn't. It was Greenwood. She really swapped Greenwood out to the left. And although Alex Greenwood isn't naturally a left wing back, I think she's such a class player, Alex Greenwood, that she could probably play anywhere and give a good account of herself. She passes the ball, like lands it on a sixpence. I mean, she's brilliant, and I don't use that word lightly. So I thought, it's probably quite a good thing, because Jess Carter in the middle was pretty solid. I mean, you felt that not much is going to get past her. But I think one thing I noticed when she was on the wing back position in the first game was that she got outpaced by the wingers. I just didn't feel she had the pace that maybe she used to have or whatever. And I felt that was a risk point, which is why I felt there should have been a substitution earlier in that game. But central defender, perhaps you're not so dependent on pace, but I still felt that there were occasions where a striker would perhaps outpace her. Didn't really happen too much, I'm glad to say.
Yeah.
So maybe the kind of those uncertainties in defence could be why these teams with sharp strikers and midfielders penetrated us. I'm not saying it's down to Jess Carter, far from it, but I just feel the defence wasn't as stable. I mean, if you go back to the last Euros, of course, Millie Bright was there with Williamson, Greenwood, and a defence doesn't get, and of course, bronze. Defence doesn't get, and of course, bronze on this side. Defence doesn't get much better than that. I mean, Millie Bright, no one shall pass. She's a tough central defender. Williamson has got the guile of great passing from defence and very solid there. And of course, you got Lucy Bronze, and as I say, Alex Greenwood is on the other side. So with Millie Bright pulling out this time due to personal circumstances, there obviously had to be a bit of changing around. And I just think that general changing around made us more vulnerable
Honorable, yeah.
to conceding goals.
Yeah, it must
Yeah.
have, yeah. Now, Michelle Ajiman. Michelle Ajiman was brought on as a substitute alongside Kelly. Is that Kelly?
Chloe Kelly.
Chloe Kelly, yeah, that's it. Chloe Kelly. Now, what do we make of Serena Wigman's changes? I know the changes work because obviously it's producing results, but perhaps it could be done earlier. What do you think? Do you think it could have been done earlier? Do you think we could have had those changes brought on at the start of the game? Maybe that would have put us on the right foot, rather than putting us behind. What do you make of that?
Do you mean the game last night particularly?
Well, the game on Thursday as well. The game on Thursday in Sweden as well. She made those changes, didn't she? And Michelle Ajiman,
similar.
Yeah, Michelle Ajiman was one of those changes that she made, and she scored in that goal as well. And then Jess Carter scored as well. I think was it Jess Carter that scored or provided an assist? But anyway, the changes, could it perhaps be done earlier? What do you think? Do you think it's the right time to do the changes?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting one. I always felt at Palace, as a Palace fan, when Roy Hodgson, good though he was, he always kept Palace up. I wasn't the greatest fan of his tactics, but one thing I used to feel, and I think some others did, and we've got a lot to be grateful to him for, don't get me wrong, but I often felt he wasn't at his best substituting. He often did leave it too late to not give someone enough time to get the feel of the game and the pace, etc. And I did think last night and last Thursday that I would have done those substitutions sooner. I absolutely agree with you. Probably wouldn't have started the game with them because I think the team that started is about the best team.